What's up guys, it's John Reeves Live, and today I'm going to be talking to y'all about Stranger of Paradise. PlayStation.blog recently released an article saying happy anniversary to the original Final Fantasy, the very first game in a long-running and in hindsight somewhat misnamed series launched December 18th, 1987. So in this blog, the big thing that they talked about is how our main protagonist, Jack, is actually destined to become the sinister figure known as Garland. Massive freaking shocker, as Garland was actually the bad guy in the original Final Fantasy 1 game. And when asked about this, the producers at Square Enix said, many villains appear early in the Final Fantasy titles, but their backstories weren't depicted that often. I believe a good antagonist should have a clear reason to why he's become a villain in the first place, so I felt like digging deeper into that aspect would be interesting. In Final Fantasy 1, you see him before the starting of the game as a knight who has embraced the darkness. The story never elaborates on why he went down that path. We thought we could expand upon the lore of the original game through Stranger of Paradise, portraying one possibility as to why Garland ended up the way he does. We see the story Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins as an alternate retelling of Final Fantasy 1, and it's probably easiest to think of it taking place in a parallel universe that sits alongside the original game. The producer even went on to say, even though Team Ninja had handled the gameplay action for Garland before in Dissidia, this game felt very different. We had a greater sense of responsibility because we were handling Garland as a protagonist and also diving into his true nature in the story. Now I know that's not huge news, but it does give us a lot of backstory into who Jack actually is. So if you've played the original Final Fantasy 1 game, what are your thoughts on that? Do you like the idea of the main character of Stranger in Paradise being the antagonist of Final Fantasy 1? If you haven't ever played them, what are your thoughts on it? Are you going to go back and play the first Final Fantasy game? And who's going to be getting this game when it drops? I've already pre-ordered it. I am so excited. It's a Dark Souls meets Final Fantasy. You cannot go wrong with those two in my opinion. Please God Square, do not fuck this up. That's going to be it for me today guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to be covering this game extensively, so please hit that like and subscribe button, turn those notifications on, and I will catch y'all next time. Toodles!